wants to start?
Gino, how's it feel to be a nominee for essentially the Heisman for kickers?
I mean, it's a blessing. I called my parents as soon as I found out. I've been kind of looking forward for this the last couple of weeks just because I knew it was going to come out here soon. So it's just a blessing. I'm just trying to take one kick at a time and finish out the year strong.
Coach Perry mentioned that you're going to start your own company once your time here is done. Just how's this time for Tech football going to be just sink into your heart as a player?
I mean, I've actually had my construction company since 2021. I started it. I started as a roofing company, and then it's a tough business to be in just because there's a lot of competition. But me and my brother, I brought my brother along in 2022, and we added concrete to that. So it's a blessing just because I get to meet a lot of people around here that work around this facility, and Coach McGar has introduced me to some people that are in the construction world as well.
So then did you put in a bid for doing someone's construction?
I wish I should have told Kirby to kind of hook it up or something just so he could gave me some money for that.
Have you done any jobs for anybody out here?
Not in Lubbock. We're mostly in Dallas. We mostly, in the beginning, we would do a lot of roofing. Right now, we're doing a lot of concrete. Right now, during the season, I'm not very much into it just because I'm trying to focus on the kicking. But my brother's doing most of the work back in Dallas right now.
Your brother older or younger?
My brother's older. He's 3.5 years older than me, so he's doing that. He has a family back in Dallas, and so he was working with my dad before, an electrician, and I told him to come along, and then so it's kind of both of our I told him it's both of our companies.
His name is what?
Mike Garcia. Yeah, Mike Garcia.
And
So
what's the name of your company?
G&G Construction. So yeah, I'm gonna start here after the season. I'll probably start all the social media stuff and posting that just because I know social media is a big thing for construction and just in this world now.
So you post your brother from your dad?
What happened?
You post your brother from your dad?
Yeah, basically. My dad was actually working here in Lubbock last week, or for the Colorado week. I went to go eat with him, but he works around all West Texas. So yeah, he does gas stations and stuff.
How does that even come about? You starting your own construction company while you're still in college?
Well, it was actually during COVID was whenever I went back home because they sent us back home, and I've been working construction since I was 15 with my dad. When I was over winter break, summer break, whenever we didn't have school, I would go work with him just because he didn't really like us just staying home, just not doing anything. So I would go work with him, and he showed me a bunch. All his friends are construction people. I mean, I'm Mexican at heart, and so we do construction all the time. So I told my brother to come along, and then so he did, and it's been going pretty well.
What sparked your interest? Well, you said your family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I love it. I did it during COVID, and it was very hard just because it's super hot. Mostly for roofing. Roofing was probably the hardest job I could have done, but it's good money, so that always helps.
You said Joey introduced you to some people in construction. Was it by chance Tim Wynn or Rudy Linda? They're big construction guys. They're big donors.
It was the West Texas Land guys. So I met with him, and then I went to go eat lunch with them. I went to go meet with Kendall from West Texas Land guys, and he told me everything that goes into it, and we're trying to work some stuff out. But it's kind of hard just because they're more West Texas and we're more in Dallas. So we're trying to figure something out, just kind of meet in the middle.
You got places in Abilene too.
Yeah, they did tell me. They told me San Angelo or Abilene. And,
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
Gino, back on kicking, I guess going back to last year with the early struggle in Wyoming. I know what is the culmination of this? The battle with you and Reese over the summer. What does it be to just see your name in that list or whatever award list?
It was very hard in the beginning of the year just because I didn't have the best spring, and I know that this world is just full of competition, and I knew that Reese wanted my job, and the good thing is that me and Reese are very close friends. We golf all the time, we hang out all the time, so we competed on the field, but after practice, after all the football stuff, we would hang out, we would always talk, and it was very hard just because it's mainly draining just to kind of just after all the things that I did in the last year. But I know that last year didn't matter, and I have to prove myself this year as well.
As you're kind of going through and you haven't missed a kick for however long now, is it like a pitcher pitching a perfect game? You don't talk about it? Did you talk about it? How did you kind of go through that?
I mean, not really. I mean, you try not to keep up with stats. You try not to keep up with, oh, I haven't missed, or I haven't done this, I haven't done that. I mean, just because you start putting more things into your head. I meet with our sports science team every week just to kind of just try to keep my mind just kind of relax and just kind of taking one kick at a time. That's the biggest thing for me.
Over the spring, KB was pretty blunt about the kicking issues. Did that ever get to your head? Was it motivation? I mean, was there ever a moment that it did hurt a little bit?
I mean, I'm not going to say it didn't hurt because it kind of does suck whenever people are talking bad about you. But, I mean, it's Coach Perry's job at the end of the day. I mean, that's how he pays for his bills, and I have to pay for my bills too. So I knew that I had to get some training done. I knew I had to change something up. And over the spring, I changed something up from the previous season. And I didn't feel comfortable in the spring at all. And kicking's all mental. Kicking's so mental. It's just like a golfer. It's so mental. Whenever you start putting things in your head, you start changing things up, you don't feel comfortable. You're not the same person you were before.
When did that shift happen for you? I mean, you've had a very successful season. So when did that shift happen that you felt like you're back in this role?
Well, so in the spring, I actually changed something during the spring because I was like, oh, I'm going to change something up. I went to a kicking coach over, like, right before spring ball, and he told me to change something up, and it didn't work just because I didn't have enough time to really work on it. And then towards the end of spring ball, I kind of went back to what I was doing, and that felt more comfortable. But it was a little too late because I started off really bad, and then I just stuck with it the whole summer, and then the whole fall camp, and then I think it's been going pretty well.
How much pressure did you feel at the start of the season every time you had to go out there and it was alternating between you and Reese for who's going to get that job?
You tried not to focus on that just because you add more pressure, and then you don't want that extra pressure just because at the end of the day, I mean, me and Reese play for Texas Tech, and we're trying to win a game. So you try not to think about that. But it was a little mentally straining. But at the end of the day, I mean, just like I mentioned, me and Reese are good friends. We prayed for each other. We do Bible study together, and that's what kind of helps out our relationship.
Have you told Kenny that she can do the fake field goal, run sweep?
Well, actually, the funny part about that is that whenever I was at HBU at my previous school, I tore my meniscus on a fake field goal. And so our special teams analyst, Coach Scoop, he was like, we're not going to run any fake field goals with you anymore. So, but yeah, that's kind of why. And Reese is more athletic than I am. I'm more of I just like to kick balls, and I'm not much more of a runner.
So you were what? Carry the ball and tackle on a fake field goal? Or
Yeah, so it was like I like ran out wide, and then he like threw it. It's pretty much like the Reese fake that he did, but it was the opposite way. And then I just went out, and then I had 20 yards already, and I was at the 6-yard line, and that's actually funny. There's a linebacker coming in, and like going through my head, I was like, I'm about to stiff arm this guy and like push into the arm, and it was not that. So I tore my meniscus that play, and I got surgery after the season because I played through it the whole year, and then I got surgery after the season.
So you were making some yardage then, right, before you got hit?
Yeah, I had 20 yards. And then it just went downhill.
Who was the opponent?
It was Prairie View A&M. Yeah, it's Prairie View A&M. We played there. It was our third game of the season, I think. It was somewhere in there. Yeah.
I know you want to take the construction company to big lengths, but if the NFL does call after college, are you ruling that out? Are you open to that? What's your mindset?
No, I mean, my mindset is giving my best shot to go to the NFL. I know it's very hard, but I'm not going to back down from it, and that's what my goal is at the beginning of the year. I mean, the construction could wait. My brother could run it right now, and I'm trying to go make some kicks in the NFL.
So it's just you and your brother right now doing it?
Yeah, so we have like a couple employees working for us, and it's like three other guys working for us, and so yeah, that's basically it. And then my brother does the labor, and then I'm more of the kind of the sales guy, going to meet with the clients and selling the job.
Are those other three guys like guys you knew growing up, or just guys you happen to find?
Guys that I've met throughout the time. I've been introduced to like a lot of people just because, just like I mentioned, my family is very connected into the construction world. So I mean, I know a lot of people that have been doing it, and they teach us a bunch. Just because we started off very not knowing a lot, and so they've taught us a lot during the time.
All right, thank you, Gino.
Thank you.